This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome to the pregame show. I'm AJ Good, getting you ready for everything that is going down in week number 6 in Southern Middle Tennessee in the high school football season. Starting things off right over at Hendrick Stagg Stadium, where Lawrence County is looking to snap their 3-game losing skid as they're back in region play, taking on Spring Hill.
Lawrence County was competitive in their Week 5 region matchup at Columbia, but it couldn't find a way to get a win.
Probably the way we battled, after looking at film, we were flying around on defense, and even at the end of the game, we're still going really hard. And, they kept their starters in the whole time. We kept our starters in the whole time. And proud of our guys for rising up the end and keeping them out of the end zone that last one they were trying to get.
The Wildcats have a few mistakes to clean up, and that starts in practice.
We just got to be working as a team and just listen to our coaches and just try to get all these things in and just try to, really focus and lock down for these next couple of weeks.
The Purple and Gold still have a shot at the playoffs with a wide-open league in front of them.
I think that there's still a lot of football to be played, and it'll shake out who the best teams are, and then a top 4 go. So we just got to worry about ourselves and getting better for this week, and then we're going to worry about, of course, the rest of the season after that.
Up next for the Wildcats is a visit from Spring Hill on Thursday night, and the team coming in after their first win.
But they've got good athletes, and we've always had battles with them, and we know them very well. I've seen them in 7-on-7, and like I said, another region game we played for the last several years. So we're looking forward to seeing those guys again.
In order to get their second win of the season, Lawrence County will need to execute and eliminate the mistakes.
We've got to continue to be disciplined on defense, and we've got to not have any personal fouls. We've got to, be sure to play smart football. We talk about if you get shoved, never shove back, because they always see the second guy. And one of our nicest kids got a penalty, which you can see. I think he got sort of cheap shotted a little bit, and so he pushed the kid back, and the kid flopped. And of course, we got 15 yards out of it. So you got to be smart and realize that people are trying to draw penalties, and so you got to walk away and hopefully get them between the whistles when it's a clean play.
Now to the northern part of the county, where Summertown will also be back in action in region play, as the Eagles are coming off their first loss of the season, trying to bounce back as they hit the road to take on Harpeth.
Summertown is coming off its first loss of the 2024 campaign and a heartbreaking overtime loss to Mount Pleasant.
A lot of positives. I thought our effort was really good. We didn't play the best football game. We made a lot of mistakes, but our effort was good. We kept fighting, tied it up in the last minute of the game, so there was not any give up. And we did some good things throughout the game. We just did a lot of bad things that's kind of been uncharacteristic. We had 2 turnovers, which is as many as we've had all year. So, yeah, a lot of good things.
The Eagles are now on to the next task, using the previous week to get themselves ready.
We just got to move on and just play better next week, work hard this week, and feel like going into Harpeth, 4-1 feels pretty good. Best season we had so far in a long time, but I feel like maybe we needed that loss, Maybe it'll help us. It's just adversity we got to overcome it.
Up next will be a long trip to Harpeth to take on a tough physical team.
Yeah, absolutely beat Waverly pretty good Friday night. They've gotten better, got some good-looking athletes, and it'll be a challenge to get on the road, get on the bus, and drive to Harpeth and play in a place we haven't been.
Summertown is used to moving on to the next team on the schedule, and Week 6 will be no different.
Honestly, I don't think it's much different than bouncing back after the 4 wins. Either way, you got to put it behind you, regardless of the outcome. Obviously, it's a little better. You feel a little better. Breakfast tastes better, and everything else is a little better after wins. But at the same time, you got to treat both of those monsters the same way. Whether or not it's a win or a loss, we got to move on.
The 5th win of the year will be the goal on Friday night, and that will come with plenty of team improvement.
We just got to focus on getting better, and we use that as motivation a lot, and maybe we can turn that into something good.
Now over to Loretto, where the Mustangs are coming off another region win at Lewis County a week ago, trying to make it 2 in a row as they will take on Hickman County.
Loretto was able to get back into the win column in Week 5 and a high-scoring affair at Lewis County.
It was a team effort. I thought our guys responded very well to what happened the week before. We had a great week of practice. They bonded together, found some leaders, that kind of stuff, and played for each other, which was what we talked about doing.
The Mustang offense put up 61 points on the board and got back to what they do best.
Truth be told, our offense is, past couple of weeks hasn't looked so great, but we know what our offense can do, and that's just a little taste of it.
Up next is a visit from Hickman County, another tough region test.
Hickman County, Hickman's had some bad luck, but at the same time, Hickman's got some talented players, some big linemen, and they're coming in. It's probably going to be wet, so we're going to have to deal with the environment, but we just have to control what we can control, which is us, and we got to take care of our deal.
Mustangs will need to dominate up front once again, just like they did a week ago.
Just keep doing what we're doing, just hit more practice, just intensity, just the more intense you are, the more physical you are.
The margin for error is small for Loretto moving forward, and they'll need another complete performance in Week 6.
Be the most physical team on the field, take care of the ball, and play solid defense.
Coming up next, we check on our other teams within the area as we take a look at Mount Pleasant, Wayne County, Collinwood, and Richland.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Now over to Maury County, where Mount Pleasant sits atop their region right now at a perfect 5-0. They'll be looking to stay that way as a very tough Lewis County team will come to town.
Mount Pleasant remained undefeated in Week 5 with a down-to-the-wire overtime win at Summertown.
We felt like going down was going to be a tough fall game, and it sure is exceeded that. Offensively, we feel like we did our job and made plays when they needed to, and defensively they held their own and did what they usually do.
The Tigers are used to playing in tight games late, but they know what got them there.
We've kind of continued to be our best in the second half and late in games. We've kind of hurt ourselves some, and obviously credit to Summertown doing a lot of good things, but we've had over 100 yards of penalties 2 weeks in a row, so obviously that's a us problem that we got to get fixed, or it's going to catch up to us here soon.
Mount Pleasant has a lot to clean up to get ready for Week 6, and that starts with one key thing.
Definitely penalties. Shooting ourselves in the foot is probably the main thing offensively on my side of the ball. Just not making dumb penalties and executing on what we need to do.
What's it going to take to get a win here on Friday night?
Lewis County's a very good team. We feel like they're going to come in here looking for something to prove after a tough Loretto game, and we just can't go in there underestimate them at anything and just play in our game.
Up next is a visit from Lewis County, another tough team in a stacked region.
There's no easy nights, in the region this year. They're coming off another great game, high-scoring game with Loretto. Really talented team with experience backfield. Great coaches on their coaching staff, and We expect nothing less than another great game in the region. We got to show up, we got to play well, limit mistakes, and win the battle in the trenches.
To stay unbeaten in 2024, the Tigers will need to clean up their mistakes and not beat themselves.
We've taken care of the ball, but we got to not shoot ourselves in the foot on both sides of the ball. We've hurt ourselves. We got to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's kind of where the game's been won each and every week so far for us, and we've been winning that battle slightly and just enough at least. So we got to continue to do that, and we got to play disciplined football. They throw the ball around really well, so we're going to have to do a good job of limiting big plays from a high-scoring offense.
Now over to Class Single A and in Waynesboro, where Wayne County has won back-to-back games as they'll be looking to make it 3 in a row and pick up another region win as they visit Eagleville.
Wayne County has won back-to-back games, coming on the heels of a dominant performance over McEwen.
It feels great, actually. Coming off an 0-3 start, we knew we had the potential to, turn it around, but 0-3 start's a little disheartening, but, we picked it up.
The Wildcat offense was able to put up some explosive plays and points on the board.
Oh, it's great. We pride ourselves on being a physical team, and just being that explosive, like I said, we haven't been doing that all year long, but, to see it turn around is just really enlightening for us.
Up next is a visit to Eagleville, another big game in the region.
Eagleville's a good team, going up there, another long road trip, going up there, another tough place to play. Like you said, back to region play, so it's a big week for us in the region. Hopefully we can go up there and get things done and set ourselves up for, maybe a playoff spot.
The win on Friday would put the Wildcats in prime postseason position, and they know how big this game is.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. We've been talking to the guys all week about how big of a week this is. Going up there and playing Eagleville at their place, and what it means for the possibilities of postseason. If we go up there and take care of business.
Another complete game will be necessary on Friday night, and they'll need to do the little things right.
We're going to go up there and win the turnover battle for one. We got to be able to sustain some of the long drives like we have been doing, but be able to convert those into touchdowns. And kind of the same thing defensively. We got to get them off the field on third down. They do a good job about spreading you out and trying to run the football. And they got some backs that can do it, so we got to do a good job hemming them up and tackling this week.
In that same region is Collinwood. They'll be stepping out of region play in week number 6 for the second straight week as they will hit the road to take on Clarksville Academy.
Collinwood got back to their winning ways on Friday night as they took care of business against Hollow Rock.
Well, we just came out here, did the best we could. We started out pretty slow, but, a few things, turnovers and all that stuff. Then we got some interceptions and stuff, so, we're just trying to game around.
The Trojans needed to come from behind in the second half, proving they can finish games.
We've had to deal with a lot this year, so, we always just come out flat. Hopefully, next week we come out stronger than what we did and just come back and play all 4 quarters. That'd be nice.
Up next is our final non-region showdown, a long trip to Clarksville Academy.
They're a pretty good football team. We just watched a little bit on tape. It's hard to compare. We don't have anybody common opponents, but they look like a pretty good football team. Do a lot of similar things we've seen. We're going to try to spend a little time still improving on ourselves and hopefully, help that out a little bit.
Cleaning up mistakes has been the theme for this team halfway through the year, something they want to clean up before heading back into the region.
Wins are always important. You want to do that and try to, stay in the win column and hopefully give a little bit of momentum when you go back. Because after this, we're totally region scheduled. So, we need to be, getting better and not having the same mistakes.
In order to pick up their 3rd win of the season, this Trojan group will need complete focus.
I think if we can eliminate those mistakes, we're always going to have a chance. We're not real fast, but we're big, and if we can get a lead, we can hold on the ball a little bit if we don't hurt ourselves, and so I think that's the key to what we have this year to do is to not get behind the chains and get behind it, by turnovers or something.
Staying within that same region, over in Giles County, where Richland will be back at home on Friday night as they look to continue their winning ways as Huntland will make its way to town.
Richland continued its winning ways in Week 5, picking up their 4th in a row with a rivalry win over Cornersville.
We didn't put it any higher than any other game, and we knew what it meant to our town and our school, but we went in there and handled business.
The Raider offense picked up where it left off, putting up 44 points and getting everyone involved.
We've talked about it before, and that's kind of just who we want to be. We talk about we over me all the time, and these guys have really bought into it. It's not really about one guy, and we feel like no team can really key on one guy because we got multiple guys that can take it to the house. So.
Richland will return home for just the second time on Friday night. Hopefully, the weather will cooperate.
It's going to be great. It's our homecoming. Weather may affect the game, but we don't worry about that either. We have a game plan for everything. So.
Up next, the Raiders will battle Huntland in another tough region test.
Well, they're a scrappy team. They're 2-2, I think, with the record. But Coach Reed does a good job, him and his staff, and then they're a real scrappy athletic team. So, we're going to have to definitely play our best game. There's no region opponent that we can ever take lightly in our region. It's a real tough region.
Richland will need to play solid once again and stay true to who they are.
Just executing, again, playing through the weather no matter what it is, and just, no matter what adversity comes our way, being able to overcome it and keep pushing and put the ball down and play football.
Coming up next, we head on over to college football to check in with UNA as they get ready for their second UAC game as they hit the road to take on West Georgia.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
From the X Sports Network, this is the UNA Report, presented by First Class Charter.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Now over to college football, where UNA will be back in action in UAC play. It will be their first league road game of the season as they visit an old rival in West Georgia. Here's what head coach Brent Dearman had to say.
UNA head football coach Brent Dearman. Coach, let's wrap up last weekend's game against Tarleton State. Just your final thoughts.
You had moments in that game where we could have put it away. Had moments that we could capitalize on momentum, and that for us to get over the hump, that's the biggest thing that we've got to do is capitalize on momentum. Big message on Sunday, on Monday was we've had tough losses against the 14th, 15th, and 16th ranked teams in the country, and in order for us to get in that position, we've got to take advantage of moments like not having a muff punt, not allowing a 97-yard touchdown after our punter pins them down deep. We had moments. Now we just got to start making those plays in those moments. Our coaching staff got to do a good job of putting the right guys in position to make those plays in those moments.
Defensively, Edwin White-Schultz returned after missing the first 4 games. He had 8 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Made the game's first tackle to open up the ball game, Coach. Just how energizing was it having Edwin back out there?
Edwin's a spark plug for our defense. I think he gives a kind of a security blanket for everybody, knowing that that field safety, the ball's going to get knocked down anytime it's over on that side of the field. He's an over-communicator. He brings energy. He brings juice to the field. So there's so many different things that Edwin brought us. But at the same time, we don't want to take away from the guys that have been playing those spots that have not played bad as well. So it gives us even more depth. It allows us to do a lot more things on that side of the ball. So it was really nice to see him back out there flying around.
West Georgia, this week's opponent, an old friend of UNA from the Gulf South Conference. Second UAC game, Coach. And first of all, what's the message to the team where you still got a full league schedule to play? We
got 7 straight conference games, and everything's still sitting right in front of us. All of our goals that we had preseason is still sitting right in front of us. So we just got to take care of business this week at West Georgia. We're playing a tough conference opponent. I think between them and us, there's a few GSC, some old Gulf South trophies laying around the buildings for both places. But to get this rivalry back up and renewed, I know it means so much for both fan bases. But we just got to do a good job of taking care of what we can take care of. Both teams are going to get some rain this week with the storm going through. So how can you handle practicing in the rain this week? How can you prepare in the tougher situations to go down and play this football game on Saturday?
That does it for the pregame show. Kickoff for all your local games is just around the corner. Don't forget to check out all the highlights going down tonight on The Final Score.
This is the X Sports Network.